Alright, just opened this unit up. I only paid $110 for this thing, 10 by 15, so it's going to be a deal. It's nice and neat. Billy's with me, but he just went way down that hall. We got to go all the way down that hall, see how far that is, and then turn and go up a little ways to get out of here. That's the only bad thing. He went up there to use the bathroom. But as you can see, pretty nice, clean, neat unit. $110. You just can't lose on one like this. Without even looking in there, there's just no way that you're not going to find stuff in this one. Now, there is paperwork. I saw that in this box right here. Benefits, dental, medical, retirement, but it's not all going to be paperwork. There'll be some other stuff. That's paperwork, and that might be all paperwork right there. A couple of nice rugs, though, here. Decor. I see some candle warmers under there. Cozy Berry. Artwork. There's some kind of case back there. Some vehicles. There's a little Letterman's jacket, like a kid's one or something. Look, to Miss Sharon Allen. So this might be one of my relatives here. My name is Daniel Allen. Don't think so, but then back here. Oh, we got a stove back here. Stainless steel stove, smooth top. Some trunks there, like wicker trunks. DVDs. It says money signs on it, but there's no money in it. Books or magazines, but we'll load it up and see. $110. Feel like it's a pretty good deal for this. We got the truck all back here, ready to unload, and I'm going to do it a little bit different than I got to go through some of this stuff just literally right here because I need stuff to put in the auction, and I'm pretty much all out at the moment. So instead of just unloading it there, I'm going to see if I can finish filling up the auction just by kind of going through the boxes. I mean, the dumpster's right here. I don't have anything else to do. That's all I have to do, so it doesn't need to get out of the way or anything. And but see what I can find. Tons and tons of paperwork. I can already tell you that, man. This was some of the heaviest stuff. Billy was helping me yesterday. He was talking about how heavy it was, and it was because he'd pick up a box and he'd be, oh my gosh, and I'm like, it's paper, magazine, books. Paper, magazine, books. That stuff's heavy. There is some other stuff too, but man, this person just loved to keep paper, magazine, and books. So let's see, as you can see, there's some tile here. Decent amount of tile. That's enough to do a bathroom for sure, because all this matches that stack, and then all this right here. They had this big subwoofer here. I don't know if there's any other pieces or not. I didn't see them on the Onkyo. So expensive set. It'd be nice if there had been more speakers, which there may turn out to be. This looks like some pots and stuff. Too bad this is the little kids, because it's pretty cool. This vintage little Letterman style NFL jacket. See that? Sears, NFL, Arizona Cardinals. I say too bad it's kids, just because kids stuff, you know, it doesn't go for near as much as adults, because people typically aren't going to go find their kids a vintage jacket and spend a whole bunch of money on it like they would themselves, you know, if they're a collector or something like that. Yeah, pots in here. Decent looking stuff. Pot pads. So looks like that's mostly what that is, and then these kind of bags or whatever right here. Light bulbs inside. But I'm about to start going through, and I thought that was, when I first saw it in the unit, I thought it was electric, but it's definitely gas, because I could only see this one little corner, and I thought that was the, you know, a smooth top. But obviously it's not. But they had all this paperwork and everything, and then that file cabinet right there is empty, which I was glad it was empty. It was at the very end, and I was like, man, it'd be nice if this thing was empty. Definitely was expecting it to be full, but completely empty. All right, yes, we had several flower pots here, including this big brass one. This one right here is pretty nice too. Pike Nursery, $14.99. Some other trash miscellaneous. This little decorative little plane here, kind of cool, like a little biplane. In there, a whole bunch of light bulbs. Next box here, I think this has more flower pots in it. What is this? This is kind of blocking everything up, but over here, some very nice glazed pots going on here. Smaller ones inside of it. That's very nice, and there's more of those in here. See, look right here. There's another one. There's another one. Oh, a couple clamps. And there's some other stuff here. Look, we got some broken glass. One of those little things you stick in there to keep the plant water, but it's broken. But there's another one there. See, that's what it was. Well, this one's broken on the end too. It's the part that goes down into the dirt though. And then what is this? Oh, it's like a decorative mushroom. You stick it in there. Shroomies. Handmade in the USA. So it looks like a lot of pots. This is so that's the saucer and the pot there. More saucers for those. There's a rug. This is kind of stand for something. I don't think whatever originally went on it's in there, but little rolling plant stands here. I don't know what this is. A whole bunch of rocks, it seems like. Rocks in here, it seems like these little bead things. And then they more. Oh, there's a whole bunch of, I don't know if you can see down in there or not, but it's all marbles. Whole bunch of marbles. They were probably using those to put in pots and stuff like that. The rug, it's got like a little bathroom mat. It looks clean. It's actually, it's a pretty good box. Quite a bit of sellable stuff. All the pots are very nice, and these, and all these glazed pots are expensive. Usually like $10 and up for most of this kind of stuff. All right, so there's 2 of these little wicker chests in here, which I believe is just her stuff. The lady that this was her unit, which was, I'm guessing, let's see, it said she graduated in 98, I think I saw. So a few years older than me. But I think this is just kind of her childhood stuff that she left in these things from the looks of it. Got a caboodle. Caboodle, is there anything in the caboodle? Oh, we got a little Mickey Mouse watch, a lock, keychain, and a pin. Go with the best. Is there stuff in there? We got a little bracelet, some cards, name tag, stud playing cards. So there you go, the 90s caboodle. Some vintage stuffed animals here. Let's see what we got. I love rainbows. I don't know, is this like from an official character or something? I don't know. It zips up, so it's like it played. Let's see. Yeah, it's got a little, some wires in there. So originally it talked. MTY International. Yeah, I don't know if that's anything or not. Some just kind of like standard stuffed animals. This kind of looks like a knockoff Winnie the Pooh here. Keep digging down. So are we gonna find anything that's interesting? 80s Grand ice cream. We got some Olympic pins on it. Lady Foot Locker. DKNY. Halloween pencil. The Halloween pencil is like jammed in there, kind of stopping everything up. But Halloween. It's a Timberland pin. There's another Timberland pin. So just some odds and ends in here. Is this a swatch? Yeah, let's see. Kind of looks like it may be. Oh, it's missing something there. It is a swatch, but it's got a whole chunk taken out, a piece coming out the back. New York Yankees button, lipstick. So, moving along here, there's the corner. Does that go on this thing? I guess it probably does. There is some jewelry. Be nice if that was gold. Wow. Heavy, but probably too heavy. That looks like it's 18 karat gold plated. Gold plated ring there. I'll have to look a little closer at that, see if there's anything mixed in. That mirror doesn't want to stay on. Look at this! Look at this hair barrette. I think that's what you would call that. Definitely looks straight out of the 80s, early 90s. Get some other necklaces and stuff here. Earrings. Yeah, very 80s and 90s looking on a lot of this jewelry here. A little cross. All right, kangaroo. Seniors are the greatest. We got a bear here with a Chicago Bears sweater and hat on. And then we get there a piece of fabric, or is it actually clothing? It's yeah, definitely Kerry Bonner, Atlanta, definitely 80s. Look at those big shoulder pads on them. Maybe we'll have some cool t-shirts. Let's see. Got some t-shirts folding down in here. Got a sun. Oh, we got a Hard Rock t-shirt here. Got the spots and stuff. The Acropolis of Rock. Hard Rock Mykonos. What is this? It's like an Egyptian lady. I mean, I don't know what that went on, but like an Egyptian Sphinx kind of lady. I don't know what you call that. Amsterdam. Harrods Knights Bridge. Here's a Sydney 2000. So this is just from the year 2000. So not that old. Olympic shirt. Howard, I think it's gonna say. Yep, Howard University. So, I don't know if there's anything real. Here's some kind of Nike shirt, a 5K run walk, 100 Black Men of Atlanta. Alright, let me I'll look through this off camera, and then if I see anything that looks real interesting, then I'll show it afterwards, so we're not just sitting here taking forever looking at basic t-shirts here. Alright, most of the shirts, not really much that was too interesting, besides this one here. Look, we got a Freaknik 94 Atlanta, Georgia t-shirt here. That's definitely 90s there, and if, you know, I don't know how many people around the country heard about Freaknik, but in Atlanta we definitely, it was on our news non-stop when I was a kid during that time, just showing all the traffic jams, just backing up everything. Right, so here's the other one. Let's lay that back. We got a set of thank you notes, stationery and stuff. On the vintage side there, we got some. All right, we got a not crazy old badminton racket. There's an old wooden badminton. Then we got the wooden tennis racket here. Wilson. Some paperwork here. It's just an old happy birthday. Homemade happy birthday card. And this is actually just all paper and it's never been used. Moving along, this thing was really heavy, so I'm thinking there's probably a lot of books and paper, but North Atlanta High School there. Random House Book of Poetry. Probably some yearbooks. 1995 yearbook. We're gonna have more stuffed animals, but just not seeing anything that's all that exciting like I was hoping maybe we might find. Kind of on top of that stuff. These old life science library books. Looks like another one of these Chicago Bears. I don't know if that's a, yeah, Mattel, so I think that's an official Barbie. But a lot of just standard, there's a little Coke berries, a little bit dirty. Wait a minute, I think there is a Cabbage Patch Kid maybe here. Cabbage Patch doll. Bank. Move over here. Is there anything of note? No, I am loved. It says. Don't think so. There's a white-haired monkey with glasses. Looks like we got some more Barbies over here. Well, several more Barbies. And a bunch of paper here. Let's see what we got. Do we have any ticket stubs? I don't know. It looked like for a second I saw a ticket stub, but maybe not. Looks like the general basic papers and stuff. I don't know why that was in there really. Alright, so that's pretty much it on these. Not really much exciting to be found in there. Like I was hoping maybe we might find something, some cool old toys, but a lot of just basic stuffed animals. And this is a good example of what a lot of the unit is, just notebooks and books and papers. I mean, some of it, like those, haven't been filled out, but just all kinds of journal of hip hop. I don't know. This is some kind of comic or something. Book, I don't know. Anyways, lots of stuff. You see magazines, books, all that kind of stuff. Poets and writers. Alright, this box says coral. So let's see what it is. I think it actually is coral. I can see in there, it is coral. We'll wait till we get in. We'll take it inside and unwrap it, because it's probably pretty fragile. Now I've seen a couple of these. Go ahead and show you this on the wooden mask. That one's a pretty neat one. There's more right here. But I know there's at least one or two more of these in here, if not several more. But when you're not in the paperwork and stuff, there's some cool stuff in here. Look at this right here. Very neat there on that mask. And we have this kind of African figure here, a mom and her kids. Also in that same thing here, this right here, heavy metal little vase here. And then we've got some more wooden figures made in Ghana. Let's see what's underneath there. We got more of these decorative balls. Oh. Alright, here's the coral. Here's one piece of it anyways. Very nice. It's on a glass base and everything. Beautiful piece of coral. Dang. It is loose in one spot there, but in here, there's another piece. Wow. Whoop. Another big piece. Got a little piece that came off of it, but a couple huge pieces of coral. Very nice. All right, I'm digging in back here, finding lots of books, but other goodies. I'll show you in a minute here. I had this camera charging. I'll go back in there. I'll show you some of the things I found when the camera wasn't on. This is pretty nice right here. This little accent piece. Little pedestal, whatever you want to call it. It could be like a little side table pedestal. It's like the mosaic tile. Oh Lord, this is all books pretty much under there. I'll look through better later. That's mostly books down there. Bunch of rags here. All these. This little African piece right here, kind of like a shield, but it's leather. And then it's got these wooden pieces here, an arrow, I guess maybe it's supposed to be a spear, an arrow, and a walking stick or something. I don't really know exactly. Circular saw in there. So there is good stuff along with the annoying paper and books. The good thing is this one I didn't pay a whole lot for. So not a lot of room for error on this one. I mean, lots of room for error actually. Not a lot of room to lose at $110 with the amount of stuff, even though I have to deal with the books and paper. Just the way it goes sometimes. Not a big deal though. But it's always good when you get one cheap like this, and I should be able to get no problem getting my money back just by selling that range there. As you can see, there's a lot of artwork. See all the artwork over here, artwork over there. Some of it I saw, there's a lot of African stuff and different things, and then there's several pieces here that didn't see because it's all wrapped up. And the really big one, it's all wrapped up. So we just left it wrapped. Makes it a lot easier to carry. So we'll see here in a minute, and I think we got a massage table. Pretty sure that's what that is. Kind of cool here, look, we got the vintage Reebok Letterman's jacket there. That's pretty neat. Of course, down under that, look what we got here. More paper, books and stuff. I mean, there's some stuff mixed in, like with the paper and stuff. You gotta kind of look through some like new packs of paper and notebooks and stuff, but mostly just a bunch of, when you get into stuff like that, not much going on there. All right, this vase bowl thing, this is extremely heavy. Very nice piece of glass. No markings on it, but just very heavy, expensive seeming, well-made piece. Oh, look right here, we got more of the wooden mask. What's this? Stuffed animals. Got a little rust bear, little giraffe, some other various stuffed animals, and then like more wooden mask. Wooden mask. They just keep coming. That was what they decorated with for sure around the house, because collected. That one's broke. And then underneath the mask and stuff, what do you know? More books. But another mask also. More books. Knitter's Anatomy flashcards. All right. A notebook there that hadn't been used. Magazines. They kept the magazines. Ford University. They got a lot of stuff from there. That's where they went, and they got plenty of paperwork and stuff from there. What is this down here in the bottom? Let's see. Looks like there's something down here. Some kind of plastic stand, and then a Prada bag. Oh, all the little bags from purses and stuff. Prada, Louis Vuitton. So we'll see if any of that is in this unit somewhere. Not much, not a whole lot of clothes and stuff like that. A few things, but not a lot. All right, we got this truck all unloaded. About to go get another unit actually, but man, this thing, there was some good stuff on there, and luckily it was cheap, $110. But man, a crap load of paper. You can't even tell it because this is all paper. But this dumpster is literally full all the way up to here, all paper and magazines and junk like that. And there is still a few things in that container we stuck in there that need to be gone through. But most of the stuff we got out. Let me walk out there real quick. I don't know if I ended up showing everything that we found toward the end there, so we will walk into the auction area and I'll show you. There's Ann. She's just wandering around. So I know I already showed some of it, but like over in this area, lots of these African masks, these brass trays, lots of this silver plated stuff, as you can see over there. Ended up finding some cool stuff, a little Waterford cross right here. And this right here is Swarovski on that butterfly. But all this little stuff, little camel trinket. So definitely some cool stuff. It's a vintage bowling game. Everything you're seeing over here. But all that over there, silver plated. There was a set of over here, sterling silver weighted candlesticks, and then all of this stuff you're seeing here, it's pretty nice glasses, barware, that kind of stuff. And then I think a lot of the other stuff I already showed, pretty sure, like all of these nice pots. And we need to find some coral, those pieces. There were some blue pieces over there. And other than that, there is a big old garbage bag over there we're still going to look through that says that there, I mean, it looks like it's jewelry in there. Looked right on the top, but I set it to the side, so we're going to look at that here in just a minute, and I'll show you what I find in there. Here's that blue coral, if I didn't show it. All this hardware. A few records that came out of there. Then we got the Disney Haunted House record. Came out of that unit. And oh, let me show you these. There's lots of artwork. Here's a couple cool pieces that came out of here, out of there. The Egyptian stuff. We got a Jimi Hendrix matted picture, a Bob Marley matted picture, MLK Jr. little plaque picture there, and there's lots more, including a few pieces that are wrapped up that we haven't even looked at yet. So, despite all the paper, all of the books, the heavy lifting and throwing stuff away, it's still going to turn out really good. All right, about to go through this bag right here. Take a look in this thing that looks like it has jewelry in it. The same unit here, Ann dug into those last few boxes, and she did find a little bit of jewelry that gives me hope that we're going to find some good stuff in there, because look here, we got Tiffany & Company. Little bag or whatever you want to call it there. I don't know if this is Tiffany & Company. This is sterling silver right here. I'll have to look at it closer. Actually, you know what? Here we go. It's got a little thing hanging here. See if I can see. It says silver, and that is the Tiffany & Company sign. So that is Tiffany & Company. Yep, I can see it on here, Tiffany & Company. And then I think there was, yep, another piece in this one that's Tiffany & Company. Little heart-shaped silver thing there. Chain and pendant. So that's all Tiffany & Company. And then here's another bag. Is there anything in it? I don't think so. So I don't know if it's laying in here or not, but we will look closer later. This kind of looks like it's probably going to be sterling silver. Yep, I can see the marking on it there. That's sterling silver. And then this, I'd already found this in here when she first showed it to me. This is sterling silver. It's like the little shells. And then there's more rings and stuff in here that could potentially be silver. That's silver, so lots of silver so far. That one right there, I believe, yep, that's silver. So I don't think that is. If there's anything else, I'm not sure. Nothing right offhand that looks definitely like it, but you always gotta look closer. What is this right here? This is silver. It's tangled up right here. But a nice little bracelet there. It's got like a leather band, and then it's got silver pieces around it. A lot of silver, Ann. And then more pieces here potentially. Just kind of doing a quick look. Don't see anything looking quick, but sometimes you got to look a little bit harder here. This is Tiffany and Company. This might have been what was in one of the other bags there. But 925 Tiffany and Company there. There's a little, looks like a little cloth from a Tiffany and Company. So just doing a quick look through that. Several Tiffany and Company pieces. Some other just nice costume pieces. Here's a, if I can figure out how that is. I think it's a necklace here. But that's tangled up on it, but the nice polished stone there. Alright, so let's move this over now and let's take a look in this big bag here. I ripped it open and I could see that I saw this right here, these bracelets and stuff, and then I could see down there, it looks like little boxes and organizers and stuff for jewelry. If it's all jewelry, it's heavy. But this is the book and paperwork, lady. So it looks like we got some costume pieces in here. It looks like just costume, but some nice bracelets here. Bracelets. Lots of bracelets. Yeah, and go ahead and pull something else out. Just go ahead and pull some more stuff out. This is... what does that say? It's hard to read. There is some writing in there. It does look like it's potentially something. This is a big old... look at that. That's nice either way. A big nice polished stone on it. We got some little bags here. Ross and Simmons, or Ross and Simons. I don't know nothing about that, but Echo. So no, it says something in Company, but it's not Tiffany. Something else. So what's in these little boxes? They're little bracelets. Like kind of little, kind of look Asian style, but not sure on that. Alright, so lots of bracelets. Alright, Ann's pulling out lots of jewelry here, as you can see. And a whole bunch of, looks like all kinds of earrings in there.
It's pretty, but I don't know. You know how I am, I can't tell. Oops.
Got a little Mona Lisa pin there. It was with this stuff over here. No flooring. Lots of Jewelry, obviously, like always, most of it's going to be costume stuff. A costume sells.
Yeah.
And very good chance we're going to find lots of stuff mixed in here. This pendant right here with the butterfly, I think it may be gold. It's got marking there, and it has the look. Lots of little stone bracelets and stuff here. This has got a marking on it. I think it may say 925 on that there. That's the one Ian was looking at.
It's pretty.
It's got a marking on it of some sort. I think it says 925 on it. It's so shiny, it's kind of hard to read, but I'm pretty sure that marking right there had something and then said 925. Look at all these rings right here. Oh, here's a little class. Is this a class ring? Let's see if we can. St. Thomas Aquinas High School. So a little high school class ring there.
26 rings.
10 karat gold class ring there.
Is that another class ring?
This one? Is that one? This is, I don't know what that is. It's got some kind of symbol there in that purple stone. And I believe that this is gold. There's a marking there. I mean, this thing just looks, I don't even really have to see the marking. I can just tell. That I'm not sure on. And it looks like potentially some other pieces here that may be silver, may not. I don't know, that one's just too clean. And lots of nice little rings right here, as you can see, that I don't think are... No, I'm wrong. That is silver right there. Look at that. That's a nice ring. Very nice. Lots of nice jewelry for sure. Alright, so let's move on to something else. Like I said, obviously we're going to look at all this stuff much closer than we are now. We're just kind of taking a quick look because there's so much here. I don't want to just here forever. There's a Sterling original manual. Little stones, some miscellaneous pieces here, some big old bracelets. We've got a part of an old watch here. 10 karat rolled bulova. So it's a gold plated bulova. Look at that. It's missing. I wonder if the other pieces of the band might be here. But that is pretty neat looking bulova there. What is this? Gucci. Potentially a Gucci watch there. POV. Point of view. It's a point of view watch. Oh man. You almost smashed my fingers. This may be silver right here. I believe it is. Yep. Very nice right there. And
Is it if that drawer down there comes out, or it's just for gold?
I believe that's gold. So, little jewelry jackpot here. The one on the bottom, let's see. It looks like it should come out. Yep, there it goes. There's not really much in it. There's a couple bracelets. But we'll have to pull that all the way out and then make sure there's nothing that got pushed behind it. So a few earrings here. Earrings. Timex. What is this here? Sterling original. Alright. Alright, so far so good.
Just eyelashes.
Oh, eyelashes. And Ian's got some eyelashes here. Can't even open it, but yeah, I can see eyelashes in there. Makeup brushes. Oh, there's a Tiffany & Company box. This may just be the boxes from the stuff we've already found, though. That's an empty one. There's one there with some miscellaneous stuff in it here. Doesn't look like any of that is Tiffany and Company. Like I said, it's probably just
the boxes
from the stuff that we already found. This looks like a lot of pieces and parts of jewelry down in there. And what is this? Nice little necklace there. Kind of a matching rings costume. Maybe another, yep, matching earrings there. So it's basically a little set there. All right, is this something we just pulled out?
Yeah, I just pulled that one out.
There's a ton of rings in this.
That thing's heavy. I don't know if it's because it's glass or there's jewelry that's in it.
Yeah, it's glass, but man, there's a lot of rings. One just fell behind there, and a lot of what looked like to be maybe silver rings. Look at this. Eterna gold, 14 karat gold. I wonder if any of this is white gold. Sometimes at first I think it's silver, and then when I get the magnifier out, then I find it's actually gold. But that is silver. Probably all these in here are silver is what it looks like. And sometimes it's hard to tell at first. You can't see the marking, and you go back later, because sometimes they put the marking kind of in behind the stones and stuff, and it's hard to see. But as you can see, lots of silver, and I think there's gonna be more silver over here. Yep, we got the markings here. So look at all this silver, and potentially a little gold mixed in. We'll have to look closer. We already found a little bit, probably some gold plated too, and lots of costume. But man, a whole bunch. I mean, silver, huge amount of silver. That may be gold right there. And look down in here, all these rings, lots and lots of rings, including some really big, gaudy pieces that are marked silver. Lots and lots of stuff, some watch bands in there. And it just keeps coming. It's a whole garbage bag, and it was heavy. Now this, there's nothing in here, but we'll put something in there. We'll use that box. Here it looks like this is maybe jewelry making stuff. Looks like it is beads. They're making a Christmas ornament almost. And I see like little Swarovski elements of jewelry making. There's the wire there. And we got little cross. July, ruby, strong will, inventive, talkative. Strong will, inventive, talkative. Okay. It says layered in 18 karat gold, genuine Austrian crystals. So it's like, you know, gold plated. And I think there's another one here. Yep, Miss July also.
I need a human July.
And more just down in there, jewelry making. Those are like heavy, like kind of marbled beads with the holes in them for jewelry making. And here, what do we got going on here? Nice little dish. Another dish. Some loose jewelry in there. There's a little mask trinket box there, kind of New Orleans style. This is very nice right here. Oh, look, Waterford crystal trinket box, and then guarantee you pretty much everything in here I can just tell by the look is either gold or silver.
Yeah.
So look at that. So the unit was already pretty good because the stuff that I'd found was nice. There was a whole lot of paperwork and stuff, which was an inconvenience. But now at $110 with this right here, this is, you know, looks like it's gonna be a really, really good unit. Some little wooden flowers there. And here looks like more jewelry making type stuff in that.
That sells good too.
More beads and stuff. So, and then what looks like a lot of loose beads in here. And moving this way, I don't know if this is jewelry making, but there's a lot of pendants and stuff here. Little clips and everything. Oh, we got a couple watches here. Anne Klein.
Spells her
There's a
name wrong.
there's a Seiko and Anne Klein. I don't know what that is. Anne says she spells her name wrong.
And she puts an E on it. I don't know what her problem is.
Avoni or something. And then we got a couple nice butterflies there. Oh, look at this. This is cool. Oh, I thought it was going to be like heavy metal. It's plastic.
Oh, it's fine.
But it's still cool looking on the motorcycle clock there. Oop. Oh, we got some odds in it. We got like business cards and stuff there. So this is kind of more of an odd box here. We got some cleaning supplies, clothespins. Looks like mostly just kind of some household stuff in there. And then this was the last little thing.
Yeah, that was the stuff that fell out in the bottom of the bag.
So you can see we got a nice little turtle pin, some other pins. There's a pendant. So
I would have thought that was going to be heavy,
it looks
too.
really heavy when you pick it up, and it weighs absolutely nothing. It's plastic and it's hollow. But as you can see, lots and lots of jewelry. We'll have to kind of go over this with a fine-tooth comb and get everything out of there. But there's a lot, whole lot of silver jewelry at the least. A little bit of gold, I think, but a ton of sterling silver, which does good in the auction. And then lots of other costume and jewelry making supplies, which it all sells good also.